What's up, people? It's Objective Culture. My name's Spade.
It's Luda.
And this is episode 2. Today we wanted to talk about, I was scrolling through, I forgot where I was scrolling through, some news site. And I saw that Jesse Smollett.
Him. Y'all know who we talking about.
He was in the headlines again because he said that he wants a retrial or the verdict changed or something. Because he said that there was problems with the jury. So he wants the verdict changed because there was problems with the jury, not that there was problems with what he actually did. So today the topic we wanted to talk about is people who can't accept when they've made a mistake or done wrong, or try to find a blame or like something else to blame on every reason something went wrong or the consequences they're facing. So do you think that Jesse should be spending his effort and energy, or people should be spending their effort and energy trying to find reasons why they aren't wrong when they clearly are wrong? Or do you think they should accept the fact that they've done something wrong and try to fix it from there?
I think if there's evidence showing that you clearly made a mistake and like the whole world obviously knows that you made this mistake.
I don't know if it was a mistake, but we'll go with the mistake thing. We'll go with that.
Let me change
poor
my
judgment.
words. If people see that you've done something in poor judgment and you're trying to say, oh no, this is why it happened, this is what happened, and y'all gave me a bad deal. Like, no, this is what happened. People on your side flipped on you and ended up saying what happened. Now it's time for you to just own that. Like, don't try to backtrack and say, oh, you know what? The people in that courtroom was against me. I don't like this. I think we should get a retrial because that jury, it was something up with them. Like, nah, like, I think you should just own what you did.
And on top of that, like, there's video evidence of him going and buying the supplies, of him going to the spot before rehearsing it and all that.
Yeah, like the rehearsing is crazy.
He's just caught.
100%.
And instead of saying, you know what, I'm caught, I messed up, let me try to fix it from here moving forward.
Right.
Instead of, no, I want technicalities to try to get me out of what I did that was clearly in poor judgment.
Yeah, because you only making yourself look worse. Now, granted, there could be people in his camp, some of his fans that believe, you know, what he's putting out is actually true. But there's just nothing put out there. Like, everything that's out there is showing us that he literally is wrong. Own that you were wrong and try to find a way to make it work within your wrong. Like, don't try to still fight and say, you know, I could still be proven innocent. Like, no, you can't. Like, there's no way to get proven innocent. I'll just work, you know, with the deal that's handed to you.
And I think he would have got more leniency from the public and from, like, just all of it. He would have got more leniency if he would have said, you know what, I made a bad decision. It was a bad decision. I shouldn't have done it. Whatever my consequence is, maybe I don't agree with the consequence, but I made a bad decision, and I'm going to just be honest and upfront about it. This is what I was going through. And who knows, maybe he would have found some people that relate to what he was going through.
Right.
And that would have, you know, helped the situation a little more.
Yeah.
But I feel like that kind of plays into what's going on with Kanye. Kanye, I feel like he's one of those people where he's been doubted so much and dealt so many bad hands and kind of just shunned away by people so much to the point where he feels like, I'm just going to do what I want now. It's not considered bullying because I've been quote unquote bullied and picked on and ignored so much. So now that I'm doing it, it's okay.
And then when he was going through it, it was like, whatever. Like, nobody gave it the attention, and it's like, that's how you birth a monster. You know, like you get somebody in a situation who they going through long enough. They're like, all right, okay, wait till I get on top.
So how do you feel about all the stuff that's going on with Kanye, all the antics and like just all the stuff that he's doing right now that would lean more towards us looking at him as somebody who's just doing too much? Do you think because he's famous or considered cool that what he's doing is justified, or do you fall on the other side of that?
I feel like people view it as cool because it's him. And some people have grown to, really, really love him, especially with his overly outspoken takes on topics. You know what I'm saying? So some people rock with that stuff and they say, you know what? Ye is right. Ye is this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was even people when he was talking about running for president, like, I'll vote for him. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So it's people out there who view that stuff, all of the stuff that he's been doing recently, as acceptable. I don't personally go with it, but I understand it because his story tells why he is the way he is now. So although I don't agree with what he's doing, I understand why he's doing it. So it's like I don't have a dislike towards what he's doing because I understand why. That still don't give him the pass, but for me, I understand what's going on. Like, hey, accept it now.
So you feel more like because he's been through so much adversity and everything that now he feels like, well, now that I have the power, I'm going to show y'all what I've been going through. I'm going to give people a little bit of taste of the stuff that I've had to go through.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of see it the other way. I see it as the person who everybody just let get away with doing stupid stuff because they like them and because they are cool. Like, I feel like somebody or people should be saying, yo, what you are doing is not cool. Harassing your ex-wife or whoever and harassing who she's talking to and just talking to people any kind of way you want. Like, I just feel like it's not cool. And I feel like that's how you birth a new monster.
Yeah.
You said a monster was birthed from how people treated him and him working his way up to where he could reciprocate that energy.
Yeah.
But I feel like you create a new monster when you accept it and say, you know what? That's okay. He was treated that way, so
yeah.
You know what I mean? We love him. His sneakers is cool. And I feel like it's too many. You see that too many times in people, not just celebrities. People get passes for doing things that we would otherwise consider unacceptable just because they're cool or fashionable or people like them. So I feel like I kind of agree with what you're saying, but on the flip side of that, we also have to check people sometimes when it's like, yo, you doing a bit much right now. Like, that's not cool.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact. I agree.
So that was just my spin on it. I see your side of like, yeah, this is what we should expect because this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He literally been telling us, yeah, this is what I'm going to turn into.
Right.
And that's what he turned into. So
yeah,
I can see it from both sides, but I'm more on the side of, when people are wilding, I don't care how cool they are, how fashionable they are, how much we like them. We have to start checking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because then after that, like you said, you ended up birthing something new because nobody is there to tell them that they tripping or they doing too much or they wilding or they not making the right decisions or not saying the right thing all the time. It's like, hey, I can go out there and say whatever I want and y'all just got to take it. Because there's nobody telling me, hey, brother, tone down your rhetoric on some of this stuff you're saying. It's like, hey, ain't nobody telling me what not to say, so I'm going to say whatever I want to say.
And because he have people that's diehard fans and followers, they going to say, you know what? Maybe that is how these situations should be handled.
Yeah.
Maybe I should feel the same way, or maybe I should do the same thing when I get in a position.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he is, where I can just treat people beneath me how he's treating people beneath him.
Yeah.
So all in all, I mean, I guess what we could get from this conversation is if you mess up, accept it and try to move better going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to say, well, there was a technicality in me getting caught making my mistake. Just try to fix it. You never know. You might have supporters out there that will say, hey, I went through the same thing so I can understand where you're coming from. We're all human.
Yeah. It's important to, whether you're Jesse Smollett, whether you're Kanye West, Luda, Spade, whoever you
Joe
are
Smo.
personally, it's important to have the right people around you. And the right people are going to tell you no sometimes. Whether you want to hear it or not. Hearing that no, you shouldn't do that is very important. Because when you got literal yes men who literally just going to support everything you do and not going to tell you that this is wrong, that's how you end up making decisions like, you know, the superstars who were Jesse Smollett and the superstar that is Kanye West. You know, like, it's good to have people behind you that's going to bring you back down and say, yo, I don't think you should ask for a retrial because you think the jury was picking on you. I think Kanye would need people in his ear saying, yo, I don't think you harassing your ex-wife and the person she dealing with is a good thing. Like, you targeting the woman who lives in the house with your kids. You know what I'm saying?
And we real big on mental health these days. So that's another reason I don't like that. Like, I'm real big on mental health. And he's always making people conscious of people's mental health.
Right.
So I feel like for him to be acting the way he's acting, being somebody who's kind of a mental health advocate.
Yeah, like he's leading down the wrong path with it. Like, you can't be on both sides. You either for mental health or you gonna do what you're doing, but what you're doing isn't in support of mental health.
So yeah, in closing, that's what we got. Objective Culture episode 2. See y'all next time.